Hello fellow sickos of any and all genders, TW here, and welcome to my stream of conscious style video on TWK Pro Skater 2! Hold on, there we go, 2! That's at least what I wanted to talk about. However, I ran into some problems whilst I was recording video game footage, so let's talk about those, shall we? My experience with TWK Pro Skater 2 was unfortunately a negative one. At first, everything was, fine? The Create a Skater feature was pretty limiting, and yes, I know, first iteration of the feature, but I gotta call balls and strikes, and this was strike uno. Then we get to playing the actual game, and it has aged poorly in my opinion. The biggest detriment being the lack of revert, which allows the player to chain vertical and street tricks together seamlessly. Not being able to do this just feels like being metaphorically handcuffed. Overall movement is also just not great. Add all of that together and you get a game which was great at the time, but not 25 plus years later. The soundtrack is still all killer, no filler, and I will not hear anything to the contrary. And with that, that is TWK Pro Skater 2 put off into the past, and away it goes. However, I still want to deliver onto you a worthwhile video, so that is why we're talking about TWK Pro Skater 3! Holy mother of Miss Mona Madness, this game feels infinitely better. TWK Pro Skater 3 just feels perfect, especially with the revert ability. Even grinding feels better. There is literally nothing not improved from the jump from PlayStation 1 to 2. And I can't forget to talk about how much better the Create a Skater feature is. Infinitely more options than previously, which is what one would want in a sequel to be sure, but going back you really get to appreciate the improvements. But what about the levels? First, we have Foundry, which of course is a foundry with all of the mechanical fixings you'd expect to find. And the goals can be quite bonkers, such as knocking a foreman into what I hope is a vat of water, otherwise this could be a felony. Speaking of crimes, you can grind this molten bucket to cause it to fall into this vat and cause tens of thousands of dollars of property damage to be sure. Welp, better 23 skidoo before the pigs arrive. And our destination is Canada! Yes, the entire country of Canada, which apparently looks like perpetual winter. The wacky mayhem here includes burying a bully, which is always a good time, and getting this dude named Chuck unstuck from a pole. There's also this cool little mildly convoluted path you can go on to get this level's secret tape, which can be a bit tricky to get at the end. And there's this pretty cool goal that requires grinding a specific wire. Always love how these turn out in the post-run screen. Beautiful! Following that, we arrive at our first competition level, Rio Ruckus, located in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. We got 3 runs which go for 60 seconds each, and your best 2 will be combined together to get your total score via the judges. This might be one of the easier competition courses to break, especially if you set all of your specials to manuals and grinds. My final result is first place, easy dub for your bye boy T-Dub. Next, it's Suburbia, and maybe it's just me, but for whatever reason, I always associate the song 96 Quite Bitter Beings by CKY with this level. Never the more or less, one of the cooler things you can do in this level is deliver this axe to a person known only as the Thin Man, which will get us access to the back area of this spoopy house, which will then allow us to get the secret tape. Oh, and we can trick over this trailer. That's pretty rad, yeah? What isn't quite as rad is the next level, the airport. It does have a nice downhill design to it, which is cool, but having been to airports multiple times in my life, just nah. Although you do get to wreck a bunch of flags from around the world. Down with nationalism! From here we head to Skater Island, which is our next competition. It's basically an indoor skate park, which is all well and good, but this is a Tony Hawk game. Where's the goofiness? Where's the gimmicks? Just grind this pirate flag and boom, pirate ship. That gimmicky enough for you? Yeah, thought so. Following that, we head to Los Angeles. Speaking of Los Angeles, that reminds me, I would like to send a thank you to everyone who is marching for our freedom in the recent protests. Thank you so very much. You have my undying gratitude. As for the level itself, it's fine. I really can't help but feel like some of the later levels don't have that spark to them compared to the earlier ones. Could just be me though. But, oh wait, we have our final competition level, Tokyo! Nippon Bonka Otaku to shite watashi wa kono contesto nikatsu sumori desu! Apologies for my horrible pronunciation, but this right here is how you bring the competition levels to a close. It's basically a giant neon skate park, but god dang does this level look beautiful, and sometimes that's enough. But wait! There's more! We got the super secret level, the cruise ship. And just wait till you see this level get all the way fucked up. If this isn't art, then I haven't a Scooby-Doo as to what art could ever possibly be. Other than that, it's a fine final level to go out on. It's not Pro Skater from Thug 2, but, you know, it's decent. And that was my journey through Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3. Man, what a fun time. You wanna know what's really crazy? It took me about an hour to play through all these levels, which is the same amount as it did for me to rage quit Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. That really shows, at least for me, the difference in quality between the two games. And before anyone says that I just don't like older games, mother effing fucker, I got a positive review of Super Mario Bros. For the NES on this channel. I can enjoy old as fuck games, what I can't enjoy is dated nonsensical horse fuckery. And that was Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3, baby! Overall, still a fantastic game, but I already summed up all my feelings, so I'm not going to repeat myself, so just play this game, or I guess play the remake once that comes out. Guess that's supposed to be coming out soon, right? Maybe? I don't know, I've got my dates all mixed up. The past few years have really been a blur in my brain. Nevertheless, that is now this game put into the past, and away it goes. As for what is next, we're going to be doing yet another wrestling game review, but not one you've ever played. Well, you have played it, but you haven't. You have, but you haven't, but you have, but you have not. You see, what we're doing is we're going to take a regular game, and we're going to take it to the extreme! It'll all make sense once that video is released. So be sure to join me for that, and I hope you all have a perfect rest of your day and a perfect rest of Pride Month!